So my question to you is, how high do you think his ownership will be, and how high is too high?
I think, to be honest, it could push 50. If we saw Zeke Elliott last week at 48%,
Yeah.
and for me, process wise, David Johnson is a better play than Zeke Elliott was last week. I would think that it should be around 50%. And I'm saying should because I kind of think that's around where it should be. And I think if I'm weighing myself relative to that, I think I would have more exposure than the field to David Johnson just because the pace of this game will be very high. San Francisco, we know, loves to run a high pace, but Arizona is also not slow, which will help them. The Vegas loves this game. We've seen the 49ers allow a 100-yard rusher in 7 consecutive weeks somehow. That's like hard to fathom. They've allowed a guy to hit 138 in 4 consecutive weeks. So for me, I think that everything lines up too well, where I'll probably wind up being a bit above where the field is, I hope at least. I think that I'm probably going to I would aim around 60, 70%, just kind of go in there, and then just getting creative from there on out and seeing how I can differentiate. Am I swallowing too much chalk there, or are you cool with that too?
Yeah, I mean, it's really tough for me to suggest fading him. I, I have other trends, and they are all basically centered on the whole David Johnson. Do we play him, and if not,
Right.
what do we do? How do we find money for him? Those kinds of things. So I'm really approaching it as I want to roster David Johnson, provided that my roster doesn't really suffer as a result.